All right, Maya, we're recording, so you're good.
All right, everyone. Well, welcome to our March Red Hot Call. My name is Maya Hull, and I am so excited today to be hosting our Red Hot Call in my pink Cadillac. But no, really, you guys, I'm so excited. And so before we get started, I'm going to just invite you to pray with me as I just want the Lord to be with our beautiful guest speaker, Jen, this morning, and to just be with our families and those who are not able to watch at this moment. So if you would just pray with me and we'll get started. God, I just want to come before you and praise you for your plan, because your plan is better than our plan. And you knew that today Jen was going to be the one to share and to speak. And I just pray over her words, Lord. I just pray that you also be with our All In family as those who are grieving in the midst of loss. I pray that you would be with our sister sales director, Jody, and her family as they grieve the loss of her father, that you would just show comfort and love to them today as they honor his passing and honor his life and how he served you. God, I just so thankful for our area as we are building and we are growing, that we would each step into our leadership and that you would allow us to step into our strengths and our gifts that you have given us, and we are obedient to them. God, you are good, and we just praise you for the victories that we have already had and the victories that we are going to have. And may this time together with our Reds and our leaders, our directors, would just be glorifying and edifying to you. And in your name, I pray. Amen. Well, we are going to do some recognition. So, Mary, if you would take it away with some red hot recognition for me today, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. This is where safety comes first. And so Maya is not allowed to do this part. So we are so excited to have you guys here. And like Maya said, we are growing. Our area is exploding. And so I love this, you guys, because let me get to the right spot here where I can click this, is look at what is happening with our future area, you guys. We have, so this is still as of the end of February, recognizing from there on. And so 13 red jackets. And actually, we can say 12 because technically one of those has moved up into the blue with Sherry, but she still is on here. And so just like Maya said just now when she was praying, is we do hope that you guys are excited about being in this position, and just know that it is a position of growth and of leadership and of influence. And we don't take that lightly, but we are so incredibly proud of you guys for being a part of this legacy that we are carrying on with Mary Kay. So as we are doing recognition, you guys, we're going to start with, we're going to recognize three different things today for our red jackets. We're going to recognize team production. We're going to recognize commissions earned and the percentages of commissions. And this is where we want you to take off your emotional hat and put on your business hat, because this is where financially this can make an additional impact for you in your family as you are building your team. Of course, always commission from selling the product is key. That's where we always make the 50% commission, but being able to add this additional stream of income is so important to maximize what Mary Kay is offering to us. So team production is based on your personal production and your team members. All right. So we are going to start with our top 10 in team production. So number 10 is Kim with $572.75. Number 9 is Bobby Joe with $681. Number 8 is Lisa with $741.50. Number 7 is Angie with $1,097.50. I always love keeping the cents on there because I just think it's fun to keep count for every little detail of it. Number 6 is Laura with $1,101.50. And then moving up to our top 5, you guys. Number 5 with 1,100, there's an extra comma in there, $72.50 is Amy Parnell. Number 4, Kayla, she's on here watching. Congratulations with 1,500 and some change in team production. Number 3, Vicki Highsmith with $1,580.50. Number 2, brand new DIQ month 2 on target for her career car is Emily Smith with $5,454. And number 1, she just walked into Heidi's office, is brand new sales director Sherry Mason with $10,063.75 in team production. Yes, Sherry, you look awesome for saying that you're camping. Like, that's incredible. Throw on that jacket and you look amazing no matter what. Okay, now we're going to move up to our commissions earned. So this is going to be the dollar value of the commissions. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the percentages and how those work. Okay, so our top 10 in commissions earned. Number 10 is Rachel with $11.38. Number 9 is Anna Maria with $22.18. Number 8 is Kayla again with $27.06. Number 7 is Bobby Joe with $40.86. Number 6 is Lisa with $66.74. Excuse me, you guys. All right, number 5, Vicky with $73.17. Angie is number 4 with $87.80. Number 3, $99.14, Laura Newson. Number 2, $411.32 is Emily Smith. And then number 1, and this number is going to keep getting bigger as now with the director side of commissions, is Sherry Mason with $1,363.17. Oh my gosh. And you guys, I love with this because like even with Mary Kay and these commissions earned, like this is in addition to, again, their product sales. It's addition to their job income because many of these people still work another job. And so to be able to have that income coming in addition to product sales from a side hustle is pretty awesome. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about commission percentages. Okay. So we're going to recognize those red jackets based on their percentages where they're at, and then we'll talk about how to qualify for those. So at 4% commissions, we have Kim, Anna Maria, Kate, and Rachel. Then moving up to 6% commissions is Kayla. Congratulations, Kayla, and Bobby Joe. 8% commission is Angie Daughtry. And then moving on up to the 9 and 13%. So at 9%, these are at team leader or above commissions. 9% is Lisa Clark, Vicky Highsmith, and Laura Newson. And at 13%, of course, maxing out their commissions that they can earn while they're moving up the career path, while they're going on target for cars, earning cars, moving up into DIQ and as sales director, Sherry Mason and Emily Smith. Woohoo! All right. And so just to kind of recap, you guys, and again, this is where talk with your sales director. I know this is one thing. I know Heidi and Sherry have had multiple conversations about this as to how to maximize what you can earn as you are moving up the career path and as you are building your team. And so if that is something that you have not done with your director, we highly encourage you to do that. Because again, we don't want you to leave anything out on the table. If it's available to you, you go after it. Okay. It's always said in Mary Kay, we work for prizes and money and food. Okay. And so this is one of the ways that you can earn some additional money with this. So at the star team builder level, so when you have 3 to 4 active team members, you can earn at the star team builder level, the 4, 6, or 8% commissions. And this is based on what your team production is. So again, that's what we recognized at first. So between $0 to $999.99, you earn 4%. Between $1,000 and $1,799, you earn 6%. And then 8% with team production of 1,800 or higher. Then at the team leader, so when you have 5 on your team, when you have 5 or more active personal team members, you automatically earn 9% commission. But then when you order 600 in personal production and you have 5 consultants on your team that also order that same month at least 225, then you max out that commission at 13%. All right. So again, make sure you're looking at those numbers, working with your sales director so that you can maximize that, because that will play into your role, of course, as you move up into DIQ and into the sales director position as well. All right. And then before Maya does announces our speaker and trainer. I do just want to have you guys kind of mark on your calendar for next month. The next Red Hot Coffee Club is going to be on April 16th, again at 9 o'clock. And I know Heidi is planning April, and she has super special guests that we'll get to announce, but we're not announcing that till April. Okay. So you'll just have to stay tuned for that. So awesome, you guys. Well, congratulations again. And we are so excited for you guys. And then Maya gets to introduce our guest speaker.
All right, friends. Well, I am so over the moon excited and so honored to introduce to you our guest speaker today, Jennifer Bouse. I had the privilege of meeting Jen when I was a brand new sales director. So this would have been 2013. And Jen immediately encouraged me, mentored me, loved on me, invited me to her Springfield, Missouri, beautiful studio, invited me to her home, has encouraged me in my role as a wife and my role now as a mom. And you guys, one of the things I love about Jennifer Bouse is how she goes above and beyond to serve everyone in her space. You guys, she truly is the epitome of the Go Give spirit. And Jen, I don't have her official accolades, but let me tell you, this woman knows this business inside and out. She is married to her husband Kirk, and she has two beautiful daughters, and so she has built this business while raising her family, supporting her husband in his ministry. And I have watched her do it with such grace, excellence, poise, once again, humility and servanthood. And you guys, I just know that what she's going to exactly what all of us need to hear. And so I encourage you to open your heart, to open your mind, to open your ears to what she is going to say today, because one of the reasons I believe that God hand selected her to be our speaker today is because she really has been through every season and does it, like I said, with such grace. And I know that her words are going to be anointed and powerful. And so please give an all-in area welcome to our beautiful sister sales director, Jennifer Bouse.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Well, I am in my studio because we have an event at 10 a.m. here. And so I came in early so that I wasn't in travel mode. And I am super honored to be Jody Reed today because she is so amazing. And my heart just goes out to her and her family. I know she is so broken. And so our prayers are with her. And I let her know that we're wrapping our arms around her in prayer. But I want to start out today with sharing just some words from the Lord. And the first thing is the verse Psalms 139:14, which is very familiar to all of you. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. And I have been reading from this book, which I know a lot of you have probably, or maybe you've already started using it. And I just want to share with you a few things from that before I get into training. On, I guess, day 24, this is what it says. As hard as it may be to believe, what God is doing in the lives of others has absolutely nothing to do with what he is seeking to do in you. When we obsess about what others are doing, we make room for doubt to creep in. You're not enough. You're behind. It's too late. You're not as talented. Your life isn't as pretty. You don't have enough. You just aren't enough. Much of our insecurity comes from our addiction to comparison and trying to keep up with what others seem to be doing and accomplishing. We become mirage chasers, addicted to photoshopped illusions and harvesters of ego, greed, and envy. We think that superficial grass is greener, but it's not. It's still just grass. You are incomparable. There is no one like you. If you spent as much time focusing on our bigger dreams as we do in watching others live theirs, we'd be happier and making a bigger dent in the kingdom. So let us stop comparing and staring. Plus, staring, it's not polite. Comparison cripples our confidence and compromises our calling. And I don't know why, but as I was preparing what I wanted to share today, I just felt drawn to that page. So I don't know who needed to hear that today, but I think we are all guilty of comparing ourselves, whether it be our life or our Mary Kay business or whatever we're doing. And I just want you to stop. Just stop. Just be who you are. Live in your strengths. Live in your life that God has called you to be. And I want to share this prayer with you. Lord, give me eyes to see, seize, and savor the wonderfulness you're doing in my life. Remove all envy. Give me the type of focus and discipline that invites your next level provision and direction. Make me a faith leaper. Amen. Like, isn't that powerful, right? Just let me be me and give me the type of focus and discipline that invites your next level provision and direction. Wow. I mean, that was just powerful when I read that. And you are unique to God, and God has you as a voice for him. Your voice is the larger message that your life and beliefs are naturally meant to convey. Your voice unlocks the greater purpose and possibility in others. And I think as we build teams and we build our national area, that's really ultimately what it is, right? Our voice unlocks the greater purpose and possibility in others. And as we move up the career path, that's what we're doing, is unlocking that greater purpose and possibility. So I hope that was encouraging to you this morning. I just wanted to share that first. But, Maya is so right. I have been in Mary Kay for 24 years, and I started out to be a smart shopper, I guess I could say, because I was pregnant. I had been a school teacher. I was pregnant, and I was going into a place that I had never been before because I'm an achiever and I love all of those things, like accomplishing, things like that. So I had never been in a place where I was just going to be a mom and define success in a different way. And so as I started my journey in Mary Kay, I had really bad acne. And I have to say, yesterday, I had this older woman tell me how beautiful my skin was. And sometimes it takes me back because 20 years ago, I did not have beautiful skin. I had really bad acne and I struggled with that for a while, but Mary Kay was making a difference in my skin. And so I didn't want to be without the products. And so when I left my teaching job, I decided I needed to become a consultant so that I could get my products at cost. But little did I know that there was a huge fire stirring inside of me, and that Mary Kay was going to meet so many needs that I had. And it has been all of that and much, much more. The personal growth that I have had has been beyond, I just can't even explain it. Like, it's just been way beyond I ever thought that I would be as a person. And I'm just really grateful. I'm just really grateful for that. But as I began my Mary Kay career, the discount was really, really what I was intentionally doing. But as I fell in love with more products, my skin was changing. I had friends. I saw the flexible schedule. All of that was just like, icing on the cake. And then a couple of years later, I was starting to build a team. So I was where you guys are, a lot of you guys are, many years ago. And it was a place of growth. It was a place of newness, change, all of those things. And I started Mary Kay when I was pregnant. I started DIQ when I was pregnant with my second daughter. And that was the year of 2000. And that was the year, kind of like COVID, when the world was going to shut down, right? The year 2000, the year was going to shut down because we were going from 1900s to 2000. And, there was a lot of fear in the world at that time. But we were building a house. I was pregnant and I was in DIQ. And let me tell you, I look back on that and I'm like, what in the heck was I thinking? Like, I was a crazy woman. And my husband was working a lot of hours. And so it was a crazy time in our life. But what I want to impress upon you is not that I was doing all those things and that I did give birth during my first month of DIQ. But what I want to impress upon you is that really God had set up my team to go through DIQ with ease, grace, and joy. It was not stressful. It was just really a beautiful thing. And I totally enjoyed my qualification period. And I just don't think that you hear that often. Like sometimes people portray qualification as being difficult and hard and overwhelming and all of that. And what I want to impress upon you is that it doesn't have to be that. It can be ease, grace, and joy. And that's what I want for you. And so I had set up my team with Reds in my red team. Okay. And so I went into my DIQ with already earning a car, already having 2 or 3 active Reds on my team. And I feel like that's really important even today, that when you build up your team that way, then you can really move into directorship and all the other things ahead of you with so much more strength and momentum. And it just creates so much harmony in your life. And so that's what I wanted to share with you is that before we move into more of just actual training. And so hopefully that encourages you as you're building your team. And I know many on the call are moving into directorship and moving from Reds into directorship and earning cars and all that kind of stuff. And we're women, so we have lots of hats. We have lots of things in our life that we're doing. And I think sometimes as you start moving up the career path, you can reach a place of frustration and overwhelming feelings. And part of that is because you are, well, I'm not saying that you are, but I'm just saying that sometimes people can create a schedule that is not doable for a lengthy period of time. And so maybe you are in a place where you need to create some consistency, which will build some momentum. And so I was telling Maya this morning that in January, I was kind of reevaluating my unit and where we were and where we were going. And I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but I was just at a place of pivoting. And when I looked back on our fall, I had really invested a lot of time in people moving up because I have such a deep desire for other women to have the life I have, because I love my life and I want them to be able to function in joy in their family, and their Mary Kay business be a vehicle to be a voice of encouragement and joy to other people. And I was just reevaluating, because in order to do that, you have to have results. And I'm not a results oriented type of a person, except that I know that it gives you a bigger platform to be a voice, to share more about the kingdom. And that's ultimately our goal, right? Is to be in that place. And so I was reevaluating things, and even though it was difficult, I realized we weren't having the results that I really wanted our unit to have. And so I put into place what I call the 4-hour Mary Kay work week and the 7-hour work week. And we call that double divas. And so I want to share with you a little bit about that, because the intention behind it is to create a schedule that you can do on a weekly basis. And you might not see results like immediately, but the results will be longer lasting, and you will be functioning in your life with joy and peace with your family, and doing all the things that you need to do, being the taxi driver, the cook, the housekeeper, all the things, right? And so the 4-hour plan is it's just super simple. The first hour is your Mary Kay meeting. That is definitely 1 hour a week that is non-negotiable. And I don't record my meetings. Your director might. And so whether you're watching the recording or whether you're on live, it is, if you're wanting to move up, the meetings are non-negotiable. I just feel like you need to be in the space of those that are like-minded. You guys are moving in the same direction, and you're around people that are in your balcony, that love on you, that encourage you, that believe in you. And that's sometimes the only place in the entire week that we can be around those people that love us and believe in us. And I think that that's really important. So that is the first hour. The second hour is a power hour, and that would be a booking hour, 1 hour of booking time. And I'm going to go back to that in just a second. Now I have some girls, we do a power hour after my power up. My power up is my weekly meeting. And then we follow with a power hour where some girls stay on, some girls, we just do like booking on Zoom, and some people stay for 30 minutes, some stay for the full hour. And that's just our time to book together. We cheer each other on, we share scripts, we do all the things. But for some people, that doesn't work well in their schedule to be on until 9 o'clock. And so they might stay on for 30 minutes, or they might stay on for 15, and they might divide that power hour into 15-minute increments throughout their week. And so whatever works for them is totally fine with me, as long as they're getting their hour of booking in. And then the third hour is 1 hour of actual income producing activity of facials. Facials, like, one-on-one or in a group, that can be virtual or in person. It doesn't matter to me, as long as they're seeing faces for the week. And I count that 1 to 3 faces a week. Okay. So that would be the third hour is 1 to 3 faces a week. So that could be one party, or that could be one face at the minimum. And then the fourth hour is divided into follow-up and sharing. And so follow-up might be like from an event, following up from an event. Maybe it's following up with your hostess. Maybe it's following up to get a 5-minute fax call or something like that. And so follow up and sharing. And really in the beginning, if for my girls in the beginning, that hour was more follow up and really booking than even sharing, because they didn't have anyone at that point that they were like, able to share with. They just hadn't seen the faces. And so as people are doing more faces consistently, then the sharing becomes more of an entire hour. Okay. And so that kind of can change. So that is the 4-hour work week. And I really worked with my movers and shakers in January in creating a schedule with those 4 hours in mind that they could work consistently every single week. Their family knew when they were working, it was work time, and it was like their job for the week. It's what they did. Okay. Now I have about 3 or 4 girls that are working to be on Target Car and go into DIQ. And for them, they are using the 7-hour plan. And what the 7-hour plan is basically the meeting, and then everything else is doubled. So 2 hours of booking, 4 to 6 faces a week, or 2 hours of appointments, and then 2 hours of sharing and follow-up. And so that is the Double Divas, or the 7-hour work week plan. Now you can tell that doesn't have anything on there like surfing the internet, posting on your social media, like none of that counts into that. So that would be extra. And I'm here to tell you that you can build a strong Cadillac unit without any of the other stuff. Like that's just extra. That's the fun and the fluff, right? But the nitty gritty is really those 4 to 7 hours of work time. And so I wanted to share with you something that my girls think that's helpful. And that is, if you're not exactly sure what to do during your booking time, because that was definitely a question that we had, is, okay, I'm not really sure like what to be doing. And so they do this, this chart every week. And it's like a cross, right? And there's 4 sections. And the first section is new leads, bookings for new leads. The second square is follow-up. The third square is sharing. And the fourth square is customer service. And so you can, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but hopefully that helps, makes a little sense there to you. And so really that is what I wanted to share with you today. And I want to definitely open it up for any questions or anything else that you might want to hear from me about. I don't know. Anybody have any questions or anything?
Well, I don't necessarily have a question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Maya.
No. I was just going to say, if anyone wants to affirm her too, please feel free.
That sounds great deal. Oh, well, Jen, thank you for being on today. I know that you've blessed my unit whenever we come to Springfield and just being in your space. But I love how you were talking about how consistency is what creates that momentum. And it's so true. Like I can look back in my almost 2 years, which is crazy, coming up on 2 years now in my business, and I can see the times where I worked more consistently and the times that I didn't, and the results come from the consistency. So thank you for that reminder today.
Yes, absolutely. I love you, Jennifer, so much. You are such a huge blessing to the Springfield area. We love having you. You're just a breath of fresh air. You always bring so much joy to our superstar events. So we're so glad that we get to have you here. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because one thing I did want to mention is sometimes people start working in that consistent schedule, and at first it just doesn't feel like it's enough. But I promise, if you will do that consistent work every week, the first 30 days is really just getting established and getting things organized. The second 30 days is usually where you start feeling really good about what you're doing. You start seeing a little bit of action, you start seeing a little bit of results, but really the 60 to 90 day mark is really where you start seeing huge results from that. And so it's really important that you keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And I love the story that Mary Kay shares about the little boy who comes on the stage and he's playing chopsticks, and then the composer comes out and he's like, going with him because he's not supposed to be on the stage, and everybody's like, not wanting him up there. And he just keeps whispering in his ear, keep going, keep doing, keep going. You can do it, just really keeping that up. And that reminds me of that story. Just continue to keep doing it, and it will create so much more joy in your family life, because I know that as you start moving up, especially if you already have a job and you're working 40 hours a week, and then you add Mary Kay and you start moving up, and, you start adding, another 10 hours or 20 hours, then that can create some friction in your family or your marriage, other things that you're doing. Or if you've gone from not doing anything at all and you've been available 24/7 to not being available 24/7, that can also create some frustration and some friction. And we've all been there, right? And this business is to be a blessing and not a frustration. And so when you figure out how you can fit it in, and that's why I shared at the beginning the comparison, because you can't compare your schedule, your life, what God has for you with anyone else. You can't, because it's what God, it's your journey, it's your plan. And it's so hard as a woman to not do that, because we all want to, right? And so you have to just guard against that and not allow the enemy to come in and steal that joy of your journey that God has for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into all that, but thanks, Jen.
Oh gosh, Jennifer, I just love what you shared, because it's so simple, but it gives a track to run on for everybody that's signing up in Mary Kay. Because a new consultant orientation, I always ask them, what's your time goal? So I know, like, how much time do they want to invest in their Mary Kay business and what level I need to be working with them. And a lot of times they'll give you a ridiculous large number. And I'm like, well, majority of my unit works this amount of time. Right. But it's what we do in that time that is like the income producing, but breaking it down to 4 simple parts, I think, is genius. It gives us a clear track to run on. Yeah, I mean, what were your thoughts?
That's what I was thinking, is it gives you the direction. You know how much time to invest in each area, because when you're new, you have no idea. You just kind of random trying to figure it out, and it really gives you some definition of where you should focus.
And I love how so you can see the difference. The 7-hour week, that's only 7 hours a week, you guys. I mean, anybody can do 7 hours a week. And honestly, I worked my business 8 hours when I was in DIQ. That's all I worked. It's all I had time for. I'm still a full-time working sales director. And so I love senior sales director, soon to be Cadillac. But it's these time things. And I'm not saying I have all the harmony and the balance, because that I am still adjusting to. But I love this for our Reds, for ourselves, as we're building our team members, to say, hey, and if you want to move into DIQ, you just double down or double diva, 7 hours. Anybody can find 7 hours if you want the rewards of a car, of, exponential increase in your income.
Realistically, we spend that much time on social media.
We totally do. And everything else can be delegated.
That's right. Absolutely. 100%. And I think too, if you're tracking those hours, then you really realize what activity you're doing that doesn't really matter.
Oh, that's so good.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, it puts it in perspective.
Yeah. I think it's so easy for us to be like, I worked and I organized my office, or I came up with a promo, or whatever. And you're right. Like, if it does not align in that 4-hour work week, it is not going to take you to the next level, right? Like, it's not. And I think sometimes we try to overcomplicate how simple our business really is, because it almost is like too good to be true. Like, oh my gosh, if I book and I sell and I share, I can earn a car, right? Like, if I sell and book and share, I can earn a pink Cadillac. If I sell, book, and share, I can, become a $500,000 director or a top director. And I'm like, yep, that's it, right? Like, and that's exactly how we become an area, is we focus on that 4-hour work week. Jen, I definitely have to say, like, as we are headed into career conference, your message today of keeping our blinders on and not looking for that comparison is a powerful message, right? And I feel like social media very often robs us of the joy that we have been given, because, well, we compare, right? Like, we look at what someone else is doing and we think their idea is better, or how is that working for them and not for us? And we don't know anything behind the scenes. And I am just so thankful for that message. Like, I needed that message today. Like, I needed to. So the one person who needed it was me. Anyway, I mean,
Me too.
Oh my
We all
gosh.
need it.
So, will you text me that picture so I can send it out? Because I just feel like that was so powerful. Anyone else? I want to respect Jen's time, because she does have an event in 11 minutes. So
No. The event is at 10:30. Sorry. It's not at 10.
Okay.
We're good.
Okay, we are great. All right.
Yeah,
Never mind.
yeah,
She's
yeah,
got 41 minutes. She's fine.
I got time.
I just wanted to say real quick that how your what you shared today really hit me, that like Maya was saying, consistent, and we don't need to complicate it. And sometimes I feel like in my job prior to Mary Kay, before retirement, it was a very detailed job. And it had to be very organized, because I had multiple customers, because I worked for the Department of Navy. And so I had to be very organized. That was a key to keeping my 10-hour day sanity, But I think that that's bled over into my Mary Kay business, because I feel like I can't move. How do I say? I can't run into this, because I keep complicating it. Because I'm a very detailed person and planning. And so it's like, excuse me. So it's like when I was listening to you today, and then I heard them say, number one was, Sharon, when you shared about the Lord, and I bought that book immediately when you were sharing it on Amazon. But the other big thing that hit me was, I'm overcomplicating this. This isn't my prior job. So thank you for both, for everyone that kind of targeted that, is it don't overcomplicate it, be consistent, because I needed to hear that today.
Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Well, and Jen, I think that was the part that I appreciated as well, is because, especially like you're leading up to it, as far as having to evaluate and make a pivot, you're like, I think all of us are tuned to like, okay, what's the big secret? Like, what do we need to do?
Right.
And it's not, it's really not. And for me, even just, this was just continuous confirmation of other trainings and other speakers that I've heard recently, as far as it is just the simple things, but we have to do those things in order to move to the next place. And then, like, even as I think, as Maya was talking, that people think like, okay, I need to clean my office, like that's going to make the difference, is when we do this stuff, then we can have that freedom to be able to do any of those other things without guilt. We
Absolutely.
can clean our office, we can be with our families, we can read a book, like all of those things, because we've done the most important things.
That's right.
And so to have that, not only is it helping us with our time management, but to also help us with our emotional management, in not having to have any of that guilt or any of that kind of thing. So I loved that part of it as well. And, and I let like the book thing. I'm glad that Angie, that you bought that, because that was one of the things I gave all of the directors that at seminar for us to kind of go through. But with that very first thing that you said as well, I just have to come back to that, where it says your voice unlocks the greater purpose and possibility in others, I think is something that is so important for us to remember, that on every level, whether you are a consultant, a star team builder, a team leader, sales director, top sales director, national, every single person has a voice.
Yes.
And every single person that has a voice can impact other people. And so I just thought that was so important, that you said that, and like that just makes a huge difference with that. So thank you for that.
Oh, yes. Yes. You're so right, Mary. I love you, honey.
Love you.
Okay, did I miss anybody? I cut out for a little bit, so I apologize if I missed somebody.
I think everybody got to share.
Okay. Well, Jen, thank you so much. I hope you know that this recording is going to be one that I treasure to go back and listen to, and I'll be able to like write. But your quadrants, your passion for reading God's word today to open us and reminding us of that truth, right? How we are so fearfully and wonderfully made, and your boldness to remind us, don't be worrying about all that other fluff, right? There's a lot of beautiful work to be done, and it's done with that nitty gritty. I liked that word. I thought that was really good. Okay, there's no one behind me and I'm parked. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving of your time this morning. And like I said, God knew that you were going to be the one sharing today, and we clearly all needed to hear what you had to say today. So thank you for giving of your time, for pouring into us so selflessly the way that you do. And we just love you. We appreciate you. And of course, we are cheering you on as you build your area, and as we debut our areas together and what that will be like. And of course we get to, some of us get to see you next weekend at Career Conference.
I'm so excited.
And I know Heidi and Sherry will be in Louisville, so we'll give extra hugs from them to you.
Okay.
But
Okay.
Thank you. I pray that your
guys.
this morning is wonderful. So, all right, everyone. God bless you. May his face shine upon you. May joy fill your home wherever you guys are, or whatever event you're headed to. And all right, we will get Jen's address for those who would like to write and send a thank you note. So, all right, Jen, all in area. Goodbye.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Jen.
Bye. Thank you.